religious upbringing was very much shaped by the border culture on the U.S.-Mexican border. And I remember being, I was raised very much as a Mexican-American Catholic, and that has enormous meaning for me. I think of certainly Boston being very Irish Catholic, as you're describing, and my own world of Catholicism was very Mexican-American. I'm the oldest of four, and one of my earliest experiences of faith, I remember when my mother was pregnant for the fourth time. I was 6 years old, and I had two brothers, so it was myself and then these two brothers, Paul and Philip. And I always remember getting into all kinds of fights with them, and being the oldest, you know, that gave me some authority over them, I thought. And that worked until I was probably about 8th grade. But anyway, at the age of 6, when my mother became pregnant for the fourth time, I prayed and prayed that, that this new baby would be a girl. And I remember just 3 days before my 7th birthday, my mother delivered Michelle. And I was just absolutely overcome because my sense of God was really shaped by that experience, because I thought God really answers prayers. And God, that really had a huge impact on me as a child. And I grew up in a situation where we had a lot of theological dramas that were part of our own religious faith. My mother both my parents, very committed to the Catholic Church and to our parish. And so every Advent, my mother would organize in the neighborhood the Posadas, and which was a ritual reenactment of Mary and Joseph going from place to place, trying to find lodging for themselves so that Mary could have her child, could have Jesus. And so my mother would organize this with the neighbors. We'd go knock on doors and be denied lodging. And then eventually at the third house, we'd be welcomed in and we'd have this huge celebration. And that really shaped a lot of my religious imagination. That, and then we would act in these dramas during Lent. We would reenact the Passion of Jesus, especially during Holy Week. And so my sense of God was always very much connected into these stories that we were interpreting biblical stories, but doing so in a dramatic fashion. And so God was very much a part of our lives. And that gave me a sense of God being everywhere and just suffused through my experience. And that was very important in my own shaping and in my own upbringing.